There's something that I only understood recently, and it surprised me because the hardest things in my life, it wasn't projects, it was not lack of skills, and it wasn't a lack of willpower. It was a quiet part inside of me, a part that had been whispering the same thing for so many years. Says things like, if I fail, I will lose everything. If I don't succeed, I will end up alone. If I don't make it, I'm not enough. At the end of this video, I'm gonna share a deep invitation for you. But first, I want to tell you the truth behind it. For most of my life, I thought my struggle was external. I thought I just needed the right project, more discipline, more effort, more focus. So what I did for so many years was to try to fix things on the outside. Sometimes it worked. But inside, I never relaxed. There was always this pressure, always responsibility, always the feeling of being slightly behind. And I couldn't understand why. And I started to notice the voice underneath it all. Not loud, not dramatic, just constant. Things like, if you mess this up, you will lose everything. If you slow down, it all falls apart. If you're not strong, no one will catch you. This wasn't happening in my mind. It lived deeper than that. In my chest, in my stomach, and in my nervous system. That inner part shaped my entire life. It showed up as constant responsibility, pressure around money, always feeling behind, fear of failing my inner child, a quiet shame about where I should be now. And from the outside, it looked like drive. From the inside, it felt like weight. I built things before, businesses, assets, income, and I've had periods in my life with a lot of money, and I've had periods where everything just collapsed. But even when things worked, that feeling stayed. That dark, quiet sense that it could all disappear in a moment. And I thought that this meant that I needed to push harder. So I did what many of us do. I worked harder. I tried to crack the code, find new strategies. I tried to be more disciplined. And it made sense. But it never brought peace. Because the problem was never the money. What I finally saw was that this came from a very old inner vow. One I made as a child. I must not end up as my father. I have to carry everything myself. I can never lose it all. So I didn't. I carried the responsibility for myself, for my daughter, for stability, for survival. For years, that identity helped me survive. But it also kept me trapped in struggle. And things shifted when I stopped trying to fix this part. And simply looked at it. And what came up wasn't strength. It was grief, sadness, and fear. Not fear of money, but fear of not being a good enough father. And the tears, they didn't come because I was weak. They came because I touched the most honest place in me. And that's when I realized something very important. I'm not afraid of lacking money. I'm afraid of failing my child, of repeating that pattern. Losing my dignity, ending up alone. Money was just a symbol. Nothing is magically solved. But I no longer believe that fighting is the solution. And I'm letting go of an identity that survived to step into an identity that lives. And if you recognize this, if you recognize yourself in this, there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. Maybe you're just someone who carries too much. Too alone. And for too long. If this speaks to you, we are walking this journey together inside our manifestation forum. Only if it feels right. There's a link below this video. Lots of love.